filtered whole wheat pasta this week.
I guess. Oh.
Oh, I think we're
yeah,
recording.
we're recording.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Welcome to this week's Whole Wheat Costa. I'm Jay here with Kevin. We're drinking two different beers. I'm drinking an American Black and Tan by Yuengling. As you can see, hold on, let's switch this up here. It's dark, and he's drinking
this
the
beer
Mexican version.
We smuggled across the wall.
Modelo Especial.
Modelo Negro.
Modelo Negro.
It is a medium-bodied lager with slow-roasted caramel malts, brewed lager to enhance the flavors. This Munich Dunkel-style lager gives away a rich flavor and remarkably smooth taste. And then there's a chef on the front page for some reason. He's, I guess, frying up some beers and shit. And then there was some nutrition facts, which I thought were interesting because it includes the amount of potassium in it, which I feel like we don't usually think about. It's 140 milligrams. And apparently this beer is vegan. I mean, I
think all beer's vegan.
Yeah, I don't think there's meat in most beers.
You mind if I start off with like a kind of funny story I thought of today?
Yeah, I'll laugh.
Yeah. So I was thinking about this story. I went on, I used to go on a bunch of dates. Not like a year and a half though.
Yeah.
Because it's, but anyway.
At least a year.
I went on a date. I don't think I've ever told this, but I went on a date and I was talking to a guy today that I haven't talked to in about 2 years since the election because I voted for Gary Johnson.
Yeah.
And his girlfriend, like, now he's married. Oh, he's getting married. And I talked to him today. I was like, I didn't get invited. He's like, I haven't talked to you in 2 years. He's like, I miss you, but, I didn't think you were ever going to talk to me again. I was like...
It'd be like $100.
So this is the funny story. I go, well, your fiance is like kind of a jerk off.
Yeah.
He's like, well, I'm getting married. So I was like, oh, I'm still going to... Because she, like, flipped out on me because I didn't vote for Hillary.
Yeah.
But I want to vote for Hillary.
Yeah.
And Hillary won New Jersey anyway.
Yeah.
My one vote wouldn't have counted because you win off the Electoral College and the Electoral College. So at this point, Hillary won New Jersey anyway.
Yeah.
And my vote didn't count.
Yeah, basically. Most of our votes don't count. Just like most things in life, whatever you do doesn't matter.
Now, if there was no Electoral College, my vote would have counted.
No, I mean, it should still want to count.
It still would have went to Gary Johnson.
Yeah.
Which is who I voted for. But anyway, he goes, hey, remember the time we went out for like a beer and you had eaten lunch at Fede Sal before? And the guy went, oh, you're back again? Because we went out for a beer. He's like, you want to get some lunch? And I go, yeah. But I figured like we weren't going to get lunch afterwards. We were just going to drink cold beers and I was going to like Uber back home. But he goes, hey, you want to go like Fede Sal? It's a barbecue place. And I go, yeah, I'll go. And I had already eaten, like not a ton. And the guy goes, hey, back again? But like a couple weeks, maybe a month or two before that, I went to go get coffee with a girl, like on a date.
Yeah.
And so we go get coffee. But before I went, Fede Sal was like where we wanted to meet. It was like, I don't know, a couple blocks away from the coffee shop. So I was like...
was one of the string of big girls you dated?
Nah, let's not talk about that.
Yeah.
But, so I meet up with her. But before that, I went to Fede Sal, and I got me a soda and some, like, pulled pork and some mac and cheese. It was delicious, right? And I figured she's not going to want to eat because, you meet up for the first time. And she goes, hey, there's a barbecue place up the street. You want to go check it out? Like I was like, oh, I guess the coffee's going well. She's like, yeah, all right, cool. So we go get some barbecue. Same guy. He goes, oh, you're back again. And she goes, were you here before? Like today? And I go, yeah, it's not my first time. And the guy goes, it's not his first time today.
The guy's a jerk.
Yeah. And then like literally like 2 months later, I did the same exact thing. And the guy goes, hey, back again? And my friend Matt goes, you were here today already? I go, yeah, I had to eat before I eat beers. And he goes, you're back again today? And I go, yeah, it's good barbecue. Like, what do you expect from me?
Is that for that jerk waiter?
Yeah, but that guy wasn't there.
Yeah.
But it was like a different guy. It's like, oh, you back again? And I'm like, yeah, I'm back again, okay? Yeah.
So basically the only time you go to that place is if you're going to go there twice in the same day.
Yeah. Actually, I've been there a couple times, and I've only gone there once. I've eaten enough for two meals, but...
Yeah. I just had you walk out, and then one of the waiters is like, that guy's coming back later. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Our tip jar is going to be pretty good. Yeah. Hey, have you ever been there?
No.
Oh, you definitely wouldn't want to pay for it.
I'm real cheap, yeah.
It's like $20 a pound for barbecue.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then but between 5 and 7 they have half price beers, so you get like a 32 ounce. Well, before that, the guy he's dating, right? She was going to teach me how to ice skate. His girlfriend. So it's like right around Christmas time, and we went to the river rink. But he lives like right up the street, so we went to go to Fede Sal to get a beer. And she said, "If I'm going to teach you, you're only allowed to get one beer." And I'm like a grown man. And I was like, "I'm not getting one beer." She's like, I won't teach you. Long story short, I can't skate because my foot's not on straight. Yeah. Like I can't skate.
Yeah, anyway, ankle injury, right?
Yeah. So she goes, you're only allowed to have one beer. So I got a 32 ounce beer, like a giant Stein for like $6.
That's fair.
Yeah, and she goes, "Oh, that's not what I meant by one beer." And I go, "You want me to get 2 beers?" And she's like, "No, I meant you can get like an 8 or a 12 ounce beer." I go, "You said one beer."
Here's an 8 ounce beer.
Yeah. Well, they have 4 ounce beers.
That's like a child's beer.
They have 4 ounce beers. They have 8 ounce, 12, 16, and 32.
I'm pretty sure they make child's beer.
Yeah, they do. But yeah, I get one beer, and she was super mad. And then
is the Hillary supporter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was super mad.
Well, she's gonna ice skate anyway. I mean, she's friends with the devil, killing all his babies. So.
Yeah. So she was super mad, and so I gave Matt like $6, and he got me another beer. And she's like, "Oh, he's gonna be all drunk," and he's like, "So what? It's like the middle of winter. It's like 7 o'clock at night. It's 30 degrees. That's when you want to be drunk." So she got mad at me because me and him drank like 4 giant beers.
So that'll probably make it safer when you fall, right?
You'll
probably hurt less.
Yeah, because you're not as tense.
Yeah. Oh, there. Unrelated to that, I saw this article about Tom Brady. So the clickbait part of it was that one of his former teammates was criticizing him or whatever, which wasn't entirely true. Like he kind of was
criticizing him for being the greatest quarterback of all time.
Well, it seems like just for the little. I mean, I don't follow Tom Brady that closely where I see like a lot of interviews or anything, but it seems like. I mean, this happens to people, like between like dating a supermodel and being like the most talented maybe athlete of all time. He's just become like a real fucking weirdo.
He doesn't eat tomatoes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, or he only eats tomatoes.
That's a big difference.
Yeah, I don't know the difference.
But he had some interview where he said basically how he does this like plasticity training with his body, so that when he gets hit, like it looks like it hurts, but like, it doesn't hurt him because like his body can like magically absorb like the force of the impact and like distribute it throughout his body. He's basically like a superhero, is what he was trying to say.
Well, he doesn't do any weight training.
Okay.
He doesn't do any weight training because weight training, he sees these guys that do weight training and they get their bodies are stiff and they get injuries.
Yeah, he's like Gumby apparently.
Yeah, but here's the difference between that. He doesn't have to push another 250-pound man around.
Yeah, exactly.
So he doesn't have to do the weight training.
Yeah, he just has his Gumby arm that he throws with, and that's it. But this former linebacker that he played with, his point is basically like, oh, so are you saying like all these guys that like played hard and like had head injuries and stuff, like it's their like they're just weak? Like is that what you're trying to say? Like you're special and like fuck these guys? So
Tom Brady was probably like, yes.
Yeah. I mean he mystically absorbs the impact, so I guess something.
It makes sense. But then you gotta like realize something, and this is fact. If you do weight training, your muscles get stronger. Yeah. And if your muscles get stronger, your tendons have to get stronger.
True.
And if your tendons get stronger, your bones have to get stronger.
True.
So the more weight training you do, the stronger your body actually is. So you're better at absorbing impact. But he's worth $100 million. Like they put the best guys in front of him.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, he's playing at the softest time for the quarterback position ever. So, I mean, he's not on it. Like nobody even hits him. So, I mean, But when he did hit him, his body would just distribute the impact.
Yeah, like
some guy in the front row would get hurt. Like it wouldn't affect him.
He puts it off to a crippled kid.
Yeah.
Like the kid only feels pain now. So yeah, he is a weird guy. There's he wrote a book about it was ghostwritten, but he wrote a book about how great he is at everything, and
I would read that.
He has a diet. I think it's a lot of tomatoes or something. I'm not
something really with Tom Brady and tomatoes.
Yeah, but I think it's he has a really weird, really strict diet.
See, if Rachel would produce the show for us, she could be looking this stuff up in the background.
Yeah, she's not.
But I mean, she's here anyway. What's she doing? What's she doing right now?
Avoiding us.
But she could be producing the show.
She's smartly avoiding us.
She could be the executive producer of Holy Casa.
Yeah, we can get a producer, but it's not going to be her. So let's not worry about it. So do you have a date night the other night or no?
Yeah,
Joe's Crab Shack.
We did, yeah. We which was kind of funny because so I'm pretty frugal. I was thinking about it because I feel like I was talking with this one nursing assistant at Jefferson about how we're both basically equally as poor as each other, even though she's nursing assistant with multiple kids. I'm a nurse practitioner, but I feel like I'm kind of an asshole. I'm I'm equally struggling.
Right? Yeah. She probably looks down and you're like,
yeah. So, but whatever. She humors me. So, but I was talking with her about it because she knows I'm real frugal, and I was saying
You're not frugal. You just don't know how to spend money. I've been shopping with you. You just throw shit in the cart, and then your cart costs $220. You're like, I'm all out of money.
Yeah, well, food shopping I feel like is different because you want to buy that stuff, and you don't eat other food that's more expensive. Yeah. But yeah. So I went to Joe's Crab Shack, which I'd never been there. And Kelly's always talks about it, and we always pass by, and we finally went. She's like, I'm gonna get this $35 bucket of crabs, and I was like, we get the $10 fish tacos then. I was like, it's fine, and they were really good. It was a lot of food for the amount of money I spent. It was pretty good, I thought. The crabs honestly weren't as good as the crabs my dad made on Christmas and New Year's, because he made crabs birthdays,
right.
And they were softer and there was more meat in them, and I don't know. So the crabs weren't anything special. I mean, my dad makes crabs well, but it's not it's not like his are the best in the world. Yeah. They're better than Joe's Crab Shack.
Don't you just boil water with lemons or?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there must be some way to how you cook them, because they, sometimes when you have them, just the shells fall apart, and it's easy to get the meat. Sometimes some are more tougher. And you do usually put some sort of flavoring in.
Well, yeah, you put Old Bay.
Old Bay and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, and then I know you sprinkle the top of the crabs with Old Bay or whatever seasoning you like, and then as you break it apart, you get it on your fingers and you suck the crab meat out, and the Old Bay gets on it like that. So it's a whole ordeal. After Nate from Colorado and I went to the Eagles game, we had Rachel pick us up at Chicken and Pete's.
So she'll pick you up at Chicken and Pete's, but she won't produce our show?
Yeah. But anyway, we went to Chicken and Pete's, and Nate's like, I don't want crabs. And I'm like, all right, cool. And he ate a crab and a half, and it took 45 fucking minutes.
Yeah.
He's like I wanted to be really nice. I was like, oh yeah, just keep eating them. I was just being nice. I didn't actually care. Yeah. But then he's like, I'll pack it up. And the fourth time, I was like, yeah, let's just pack it up and get out of here. But he put them in the toaster oven. He said they were fine the next day. But it was 45 minutes.
One thing, yeah, I think Kelly was embarrassed because I just had fish tacos, so I was done eating them in 10 minutes, and then she was there for another half hour eating crabs.
Yeah.
And then she kept telling me to eat some of them. I'm like, no, that's fine. I'm pretty full from the fish tacos. And she was like, no, we're gonna be here for an hour. Yeah, but it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool in there.
I forgot where I went with Nate. And he got king crab legs. He got 6 king crab legs, and they were
fucking huge.
They were this big.
Yeah.
They bend them, and then you crack them, and you take out a foot of meat.
Yeah, yeah.
That seems a little more worth it.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, well, even I guess they use the Dungeness crabs or whatever.
I don't know what.
Yeah,
I know king crab and spider crab,
Well, so
and like pubic crab.
yeah, like regular crabs suck. Like they're just, I don't know. I think they're a total waste of time. Like I made them over the summer. In South Philly, they make this crabs and gravy bullshit, which is like awful. It's like you make crabs and you put them in like pasta sauce for some fucking reason. Even though like I just rinse them off. I'm like this doesn't go on crabs. I don't know, but I think it's like a waste of time. I don't know because it's like get these little chunks of meat out. But no, Dungeness are the ones that are like it's like halfway between like a regular crab and like a king crab. Like so they're not too expensive, but you still got a big chunk of meat out of them. Yeah. So
that's where it was.
Yeah.
We went to the Chinese buffet.
Yeah.
Like 10 minutes from here.
Yeah.
And they had it was like I got the regular buffet like $11.99, and he got like the crab buffet.
Yeah.
And like there was like a Chinese guy standing over the thing, and like you got your hand stamped, and you got like 30 fucking crab legs, you know.
Yeah.
That's all he ate too.
Well, that's actually what I said at Joe's Crab Shack. Since the crabs weren't anything special, I was like honestly, these aren't substantially better than the ones you get at a Chinese food buffet. Right. And there it's like going to be like $25, and you're also going to get other food.
Yeah.
You're gonna like roll like sushi rolls and like the random Chinese pizza for some reason and like all that shit.
Yeah, there was an argument tonight that I heard that Rachel and Mom went to go pick up vermouth or some bullshit, and like her sister's like yelling like, oh, it's $11 there, but if you went all the way to Total Wine and More, it's $8.95 for the same bottle, and it's like, yeah, but that's a 20-minute drive there, a 20-minute drive back.
Yeah.
And I was like, unless you're buying a whole box of liquor, it's not even worth
whole box of vermouth.
Yeah, like you're using 2 gallons of gas and 40 minutes, if not more, of your time to save $2. It's still cheaper. And it's not cheaper at all. Like there's a whole time in travel, you know.
Do you think Rachel drank a whole box of vermouth she would produce the show?
No, she's never going to produce a show, so we could drop that.
Yeah.
But it's crazy. Like what's the thing I work in?
Like shipping?
No, I know I work in shipping. I forget what it's called.
Building?
No.
Warehouse?
No. Getting close.
Okay.
It's when you group a bunch of jobs together. Like you're in the medical field.
Yeah.
I'm in it's a lower line and blue collar. I can't think of the word right now.
Yeah.
But anyway, our field, I guess, for like warehouse manufacturing, the thing is when you're trying to figure out like lean assessments and everything, it's $25 an hour. You know what I mean? Like that's the median range for like what I do.
Yeah.
So it's like when you're trying to figure out like taking steps out, it's $25 an hour, which is it's one of the lowest ones when you're trying to figure out lean. Like medical field's probably like much higher when you're trying to lean out processes and everything.
Yeah.
Like clerical's like little lower than ours.
How's the connector vermouth?
I'm getting to it. So when somebody asks me to do something to save $2, I charge my time at $25 an hour.
Yeah, no.
So if I'm taking 40 minutes to drive there, but $10 in there, now you just add $25 an hour to what you're trying to save.
No, that's what they say you're supposed to do. When back before kids, when I had more money than I needed, I read a few things like that where like anything that would cost more than your time, you should like source out. So I made enough money pre-kids that like I probably should have had someone clean my house. Like it would have been worth my time to like pay somebody else to do that.
Right. Like my friend Frank, he went to buy the first Xbox or Xbox 360. His mom drove him. I went with him all the way to Delaware to save tax money. It was something crazy, like $26.
Yeah.
So you drive an hour there, you drive an hour back, you pay $5 for the bridge, you pay like $17 for gas or $10 or whatever you want to price out for that gas, which sounds fine. But if you had the hours in, now you're spending $50 in my time to go save $26.
Yeah. True.
You know, and that's how I look at a lot of things now. So it's like okay, what's it, to save $3? Like, where's my time at?
Yeah.
And you know, like you're a pretty busy guy outside. You know, outside of work. Like I'm a pretty busy guy. Like I work out. Workout's like one thing I like to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like I go to school. So it's like any time that's not doing that, like I want to sit on the couch and watch TV.
Yeah,
I don't want to veg away. Like Saturday and Sunday, like I'll clean for like an hour or two. But other than that, like other than doing schoolwork and work and gym, I just want to sit around. I don't want to do anything.
So I agree. I would try to do that more as well.
Yeah.
So the way we can make additional money is, said before the podcast, I mean, we could probably give up this podcasting thing and just be webcam models. Now we can just we do an hour a week instead of doing the show. I mean, I don't know how we would sell it really. It'd be like 2 dudes, but like not gay. So like we wouldn't do any stuff together.
Yeah.
But like I feel like we have more viewers.
We would use this curtain, separate it.
Yeah.
We have 2 cameras.
Yeah.
Or because we're broke right now, we just put the camera down the middle of the
Oh,
line.
I could. Yeah, you can see both of us.
So you see both of us. I have like nice little A cups.
Yeah.
And I have a big butt.
Yeah, there you
So
go. So you like show off your butt.
Yeah.
I don't know what I would do.
Well, we would have to ask people, like, just to make it even.
Yeah.
Like, we can't split it 50-50. We have to say where the tips are going.
It's true.
Yeah. Like, I want tips to the tall guy, tips to the shorter guy,
Mm-hmm.
and then we split it. Like, we do a percentage.
Yeah. We get like some sort of like extra long prosthetic penis. That, like
a big dick Nick?
Yeah.
I would want a super tan one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like a super tan penis. People are like, holy shit, he uses that a lot. He
Yeah.
must be out in the sun a ton.
Yeah. How do you even get sunburn on his penis? What's he doing?
He's fucking outside.
Yeah.
People are like, let me see that dick. You get free barbecue twice in one day because you just showed the guy your dick, and he's like, well, I got to give this guy with a giant dick free barbecue.
Yeah, I like it. So that's probably the eventual direction of Holy Costa. I don't know what our webcam name be.
Holy Costa.
Yeah. Whole Dick Costa. that's it. That's the name.
Yeah. Hey, got a question for you.
Yeah.
This is a medical question. Do we have like membranes separating all our stuff down there?
What do you mean?
Like our testicles, our prostate, our bladder?
Yeah, it's all like in separate sort of areas.
Like, are there membranes? Like hold it all in, right?
I mean, in a way, yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Like our semen can't just fall into like rub against our bladder, right?
No, there's something called retrograde ejaculation when that happens.
Yeah.
So the path would be essentially so when you ejaculate, so most of the fluid comes from the prostate. So the prostate basically would squeeze and push fluid into the urethra, and then you get some like semen from the testicles would come up like through the spermatic cords in the urethra. And then normally what would happen is the path of least resistance is for it to go out, so it's when you ejaculate.
Right.
Guys that have have had like part of their prostate removed, or guys that are on certain medicines that relax the prostate, like Flomax, what happens is the path of least resistance becomes backwards. So basically when they ejaculate, I mean, it's all that on the back end still happens. Well, instead of coming out, some or all of it goes backwards in the bladder. And then you just peed out the next time, so not a big deal. But you would see less semen come out. But some guys are really distressed by that. I would think like for some guys it's probably like easier. It's like, oh, no cleanup, it's great. But like some guys are like really equate like their virility with like how much they ejaculate.
Really?
I mean, it seems like it, because some guys are like real upset when like, oh yeah.
Well, what if a guy is trying to get his like if he's trying to get his wife pregnant or whatever, like do they have to press on something or
like for something like that? Yeah, I mean it would just be hard if they were, if they were on a medicine, you just stop the medicine, it goes back normal. If they, it doesn't come up a lot because usually, guys that would need a prostate surgery are like in their 50s, 60s, 70s. So, if it did happen, that is a consideration. Like if you're trying to get somebody pregnant and you had like a prostate reduction sort of surgery, that could be a big issue because you might not,
would they have to go? Did they have to get like a vial on you or something, or
they probably need to do some sort of like in vitro fertilization where they like harvest out the sperm from like right from your testicles and
okay,
and like do it.
Is that easy or?
I don't know too much about that. I don't think it's a difficult process.
All
I
right.
think it's expensive sometimes.
Now you're saying I got another question.
Yeah.
Are our testicles like right below our sac? Like
What do you mean?
I mean like not like below it, but like skin, then like testicles.
Yeah, well, they sort of have their own. They have their own they have their own like membrane around them, basically.
Right.
So, some guys actually get something called hydrocele. So essentially, you have the testicle, and then
That sounds like something like you would sell for your Chevy.
yeah,
Like those guys at Johnson Farm. They're like, I got you that Ford shirt, and then he's like, oh, what's it look like? You're like, it doesn't matter. Remember that?
yeah.
And it's like, oh, it comes with hydrocele. Like,
But essentially, there's like a lining around the testicle and there's like a little bit of fluid inside it that's supposed to cushion it. And some guys, for whatever reason, we usually don't know a reason, like that they build up more fluid than it like drains back out. So I've seen guys with like where it looks like their testicles like this big.
Really?
And it's really their testicles normal inside, and there's just all this fluid around it. So you can like drain it out basically.
How do you drain it out?
It's actually so if you just drained it with like a needle, it would come right back.
Uh,
So it's actually as far as minor surgery goes, like a pretty annoying surgery because you have to like go and cut out some of the extra tissue and like sew it back so it doesn't reform, like the fluid doesn't reform right away. But guys are really swollen for like weeks afterwards.
Oh,
it's
really?
It's like a pretty miserable surgery.
so when you
sometimes.
drain with a needle, it comes back like what? It comes matter of days?
Probably like weeks or months, but
Yeah.
still, like you don't want to do that all the time.
Oh, okay.
But-
Is it bad for you? Or?
No,
Oh.
no, but I mean, because some guys, this is one of the annoying things, guys will have pain down there and they'll get like an ultrasound. We'll say they have like a small hydrocele. And it's like, that's fine. Like probably a different day you probably didn't have one at all. It's probably just the normal fluid you have down there. And those guys sometimes get freaked out, but it's like, it's nothing, there's nothing you can do about it. Like you would do a lot more harm trying to fix it. But there's guys that like can't put their pants on because their balls are so big.
Really?
So it's like in that scenario you would fix it.
Yeah.
Or like it's heavy, like if there's that much fluid there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So like it hurts?
Yeah.
So there are, I don't know, it's never happened to me. So there are guys that like, do they get like severe depression that they can't like shoot like a giant load?
Yeah, some guys get really upset about it. Some guys don't go through with those types of surgeries even though they need them to pee because they're worried about that.
Really?
So there's actually a new procedure out in the last few years that has a much lower rate of that. Instead of cutting out prostate tissue, you just basically staple it back. So it only happens about 5% of the time in that scenario. But.
Well, how do you get to someone's prostate?
So when you're doing it for a procedure like that, you go down the penis, basically.
Oh,
So
that sounds terrible.
yeah, people. So any procedures people would be asleep for, but
Right, oh yeah, definitely.
but the way to think about it, what happens with guys is so the testosterone in your body makes your prostate get bigger as you get older. So in all guys it gets bigger, but in some guys either it only gets a little bit bigger, some guys it gets much bigger. Some guys too, it grows in, so it blocks the urine flow, and other guys it grows out and it doesn't matter.
So is it like a ball of muscle, or is it like a ball of muscle that looks like a tennis ball?
Yeah, you think about it like a donut around the urethra.
Oh,
So,
okay. So it's around the urethra.
Yeah.
Okay.
And in some guys, it grows into the urethra and it blocks it. Like if you had roots growing into a pipe or something, like that's
Oh, okay.
basically what it does.
Now, is it connected to the urethra, or?
It's all sort of like one tissue.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So,
Like you would call that part of the urethra like the prostatic urethra, basically.
so if you have to get like your urethra or your prostate removed, like do they have to rebuild your urethra? Or?
Yeah, you picture there's like the bladder, and then there's like the urethra into the penis, and then right where those two meet is where the prostate is.
Yeah.
So you had to basically cut that whole block out and then like reattach everything.
Oh, okay.
So, and then guys have like leakage of urine problems afterwards and stuff.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's either that or die of cancer.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. So what's like? I guess the taint. Like, is there anything there between our balls and our butthole, or no?
Not really.
It's just a big old muscle.
Yeah. It's just there's something called the pelvic floor muscles are down there. That's actually what some guys have trouble with. Like, if we see a guy come in the office that has like, that's like a young guy and like has trouble peeing or like has pain down there, A lot of times it's just a muscle problem. They used to call it prostatitis, which was just like basically like, oh, I don't know what to do with you, get out of my office. Like they would give guys antibiotics for like no reason because they said like their prostate was inflamed or something. But more often it's this what's called pelvic floor dysfunction, where essentially those muscles get like really tight. Like it's like just like if you have like back pain and like your back's really tight, like some guys get it down there.
Yeah.
And there's specific exercises to treat that, just like there's stuff like for other muscles.
Now, is that related to prostitutus, where you're addicted to prostitutes?
I mean, it could be. It could be because one of the classic pelvic floor dysfunction things is like a guy like cheats on his wife and then is like feels guilty about it and now has all this pain down there.
Really?
Yeah. So, I mean, most guys that scenario, that's not what happened to them, but that's like a classic like thing. Is like,
Is it a classic dad joke?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's more often. I mean, you can almost kind of tell. Like it's usually like a guy that's like younger, like 30s, 40s. That's like high functioning, like successful guy. Like that's usually what happens to like a guy that's like has a lot of anxiety and stress and stuff.
Yeah.
Usually gets stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, that's gotta suck.
Yeah.
So do you think you get spasms? Because sometimes I feel like I have a spasm in my floor.
That's exactly what it is. Sometimes and some guys it's just tense all the time, and they even can have trouble like going to the bathroom because it's so tight that it's almost like it's blocking the flow of urine because the muscles don't relax. And some guys can get like muscle spasms down there, and then they get like sharp pains off and on.
So, I get those sometimes.
So
yeah, usually I don't know when it happens, but I don't feel it doesn't hurt, but I kind of feel like I even feel that muscle when like I do a heavy deadlift, like the whole area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's one of the issues.
It's not something like I complain about. Like it's not nothing to complain about. Like I noticed it this weekend.
Yeah. So. Yeah, it's something where if it got problematic, there's actually, and we have there's a bunch at Penn, like there's these pelvic floor physical therapists that specialize like in that area basically that can really evaluate each muscle and then
do they just do pelvic floor?
Some of them do, yeah.
And it's that common of a thing?
Yeah, it's that common of a thing, and it's so wide reaching. Like it's both, men have issues with it, with having trouble urinating and pain. Other men say after you have your prostate removed, then the goal is to strengthen the pelvic floor muscles to hold the urine in so they don't leak. Same issue with women.
Now I'm completely ignorant to it because I just found out about it 3 minutes ago. Is it like any other muscle? Is it just because of inactivity? Like people that just like sit around all day?
A little bit, yeah. It's definitely from inactivity, and it's not a muscle you might normally, really put stress on or like exercise. And some people just have, we call it pelvic floor dysfunction because it's just that those muscles, are essentially dysfunctional and and spasm when they shouldn't and stuff like that. And then the goal of therapy would be to give people essentially like conscious control of those muscles is like what you're sort of going for. It's like those, so like the sort of foundation is like those like Kegel exercises that like women do after childbirth. Right. Like that's sort of like the basis of it, and there's like a lot more out from there. But
speaking of childbirth, other countries like especially France, women after birth because it's so like bad for your body, they go for like 12 weeks of physical therapy.
Huh.
Like they do physical therapy, and apparently it makes the body like come back together because it tears like through you, like a lot of muscles tearing, like skin tears and everything.
Yeah.
And apparently like after like a couple of weeks, like the women go to physical therapy, and the physical therapy brings their body like stronger, and it actually helps with like secondary and tertiary birth.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well that's sort of the classic female thing is like, with stress incontinence is, after childbirth or whatever, you have weakening of those muscles. Not only people, classically people had vaginal deliveries where they have like tearing down there and stuff just doesn't fully heal, But even people that didn't have vaginal deliveries, just all the strain from like all that extra weight in your body can like over time weaken those muscles.
Right.
And then what happens is then say it's like not like a like an Instagram model, but like just a normal in shape girl, and then she gets pregnant and she has ends up because of the pregnancy and the childbirth ends up with like a little bit of leakage, and then because of the leakage then stops like exercising because she's embarrassed about the leakage, and then she gains weight, and then the extra weight on those muscles now puts more strain on them, so they open up more easily, and then it just like snowballs, and now she's like 250 pounds and like totally incontinent.
Oh, really?
So it's like, it's like a really unfortunate thing because like there's ways to treat it before it gets to that point, but people are just like embarrassed about it.
It's also pretty embarrassing. Not that I have to and for very long, but like really just buying condoms.
Yeah.
Because Walmart, I was like getting I don't know why, but a Meprazole.
Yeah.
Right on the other side is like the condoms and lubricant and everything. So it's like being 30, I'm still like I don't want to, I wouldn't want to ask for a key, but like they lock up all their condoms.
Yeah.
And if I was a store, I would have the condoms out like that, like if condoms were like stolen all the time, and I was an owner, like that's great, because you know what like condoms do? They don't have unwanted birth. Like they protect from diseases. Like condoms are one of the best forms of birth control and like not spraying of diseases and everything. And I will want to try to like get rid of that stigma. Yeah. And, like I'm just telling you now, 14, 15, 16, 17-year-old couples, they're having sex. So you might as well like start them off with condoms, and you have to destroy that stigma of like, oh, I can't believe you're having sex. It fucking feels good. So, but I just thought it was weird that those were all locked up. Like, I think if anything's being stolen from Walmart or another store, I kind of be okay if it was like those things, because overall, if kids are using condoms, it just helps the economy. Yeah. You're not having an unwanted child like that you can't take care of.
Yeah, that's the thing, and that's it's almost a little bit irresponsible from those stores because, on the one hand, that probably is a frequently stolen item because people are embarrassed about buying them. But at the same time, then if people are already a little bit embarrassed about it and then you lock them up, then they're not going to buy them at all.
Right.
So, that would almost be a good government intervention program, would be like to have some sort of fund essentially where stores could like recoup their stolen condom losses for making them like easily accessible.
Shit, I think CVS should have a bucket full of condoms. Like, you want to come in, there's a corner over there, go steal some condoms. Like that, like you should.
Well, they do. I think Planned Parenthood and stuff gives out free condoms.
Right.
So.
I mean, it should be like the nurse's office at school should have condoms because you tell people like, all right, don't have sex before you're 18, and then, or like you have to be 18 to buy condoms.
Yeah.
You should be able to be 14 and buy condoms because you know what? There's 14-year-olds having sex.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. Yeah, it's weird. People just go from the nurse's office thing. Like there'd be like a bucket of lollipops, and like you take them, and then like the very next year you'd be right in the bucket of condoms. Yeah, it's like way too early. Shit.
The 8th grade, the 8th grade should have different nurses where they don't have they have the bucket of lollipops, and then 9th grade on, they have a bucket of lollipops and condoms.
Yeah,
probably
just mixed in together. Just flavored.
Yeah,
all the same flavors.
Dude, I don't know about you, but like sometimes using lubricant feels better. I mean, like even medically, it helps out a lot. Yeah. But then like being 30 years old, like looking at that, going, hey, can you unlock this case? I want to buy some lube. Like there's such a bad stigma on it.
Yeah, it is. I mean, you almost have to go into, it's almost less embarrassing to go in like a sex shop. Right. Because then at least like people know why you're there.
Yeah, you're there to like either have sex or get into your fetish.
Versus like at CVS, I'm there buying circus peanuts and you're behind me buying condoms and shit.
You're trying to hide them behind a bottle of Dr. Pepper and have you ever stolen condoms?
Yeah.
Have you ever used them?
Yeah, like yeah, like in the past.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I haven't in years.
Yeah.
But
have you ever stolen anything? From
No.
CVS?
No, although I had a dream that I like was stealing a bunch of stuff the other day. Well, it was weird. I totally forgot about it until you just mentioned it.
Yeah. The only thing I've ever really stolen from CVS is the stomach medicine. It was $32 a pill. And for some reason, the guy gave me a prescription for 30 pills.
Wow.
And I go...
So that'd be like...
Yeah,
$900,
yeah. Like over $900, it's $32 a pill.
Yeah.
And the CVS pharmacist, she's like, oh, I can just fill out like 5 or 6 of these.
Yeah.
And then I go, all right, like that sounds fine.
Yeah.
And then she goes, you know what? I'm just gonna put these on the counter and turn around. And like she, like it was like I remember my face is red. I'm sweating. I'm in a ton of pain. It's like super muscle relaxers.
Yeah.
Right. And just for like my stomach problems.
Yeah.
And then she's like, just go away.
Yeah.
Grab them, go away. Right.
Yeah.
She's like. It doesn't matter to me, you know. Yeah. So like that was pretty cool. So I guess like I stole them, but like she told me to steal them, and that was like when you have to spend almost $1,000 just to be comfortable, like that's terrible.
Yeah, yeah. No, I haven't. Yeah, I don't know. I think probably once in the last few years I used a condom. That's about it.
Once.
Yeah, one time. I don't know. It was real short-lived.
Like, this is terrible.
Yeah, how about this?
Yeah. I'm going home.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sleep in your backseat.
Yeah. But, yeah. Oh. This is related to something earlier, sort of. But, I was watching this video, one of, like, the YouTube fitness people, and they were saying about, it was, like, ways to see if, like, you had chest weakness. Which I definitely do somewhat.
You're not bringing up your missing muscle, are you?
I mean, I definitely do have that. My left shoulder is substantially weaker than my right shoulder. But it has to have chest weakness. And, like, that's bench press is my favorite thing to do, like, at the gym. Like, I pretty much have, and like, I really ruined it because...
Dumbbell bench press or bench press press?
Dumbbell bench press.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Which I kind of like because my left shoulder is weaker, so... I can control each individually. Like, it feels better. Like, it hurts my shoulder whenever I've done, like, regular bench press. Although, I mean, I probably should do it sometimes, but I have to go to a different gym than where I'm at now. But yeah, so, what was it? Oh, yeah, but, I mean, essentially, it's a favorite thing, but I, like, totally ruined it because, or I totally ruined my gym schedule because, I mean, it's like so easy to do like a bench press set and then stand up and like superset it with like bicep curls. But that also means that like the two best things you're doing at the same time, and then everything else fucking sucks. Because those 2 days a week you do that, you go home and you feel like Arnold Schwarzenegger, and then the other days you're doing like fucking back exercises. Like it's like watching like vanilla porn. Like what's the point? Like yeah, I mean it's fine. Like you can get by with it, but like it's not like you just go home feeling like the same, but like your back's a little sore. Like that's it. You're like, what did I even do for the last 45 minutes?
Well, Sunday I did deadlifts, and my legs and my back are all sore. Yeah. That's great. See, I like doing a lot of those power things, even though like I'm not like very I don't do a lot of heavy weights. I like doing that. Like my dumbbell bench press is only 55 pounds. Yeah. Where's what, 70?
75.
75. See, yeah, I couldn't do that.
See, but I want to be driving home, put my arm around my hand around my arm, and need like 3 hand lengths to get around because there's like such a huge pump from doing tricep and bicep together. Yeah. Like that's what I want. I don't know.
Well, yeah, I like that too, but I also like the. I don't know. I haven't really lost any weight because I ate like a fucking pound of steak tonight. But like I mean, I like that feeling of like slimming down.
Yeah, me too. I always do. Every day I go to the gym, I always do some ab exercises, and I honestly always do like a lower back exercise too, because you just feel more stable when your core's stronger. I don't know what it's called when you lean forward on the thing and then you like lean all the way down. It's like
I know what you're talking about, but I have no idea.
Yeah, and you like lean all, you know, and like as you do a few of those, and you grab like a 45, like a plate,
Like a
and
reverse crunch.
yeah, and then like you lean all the way down and pull it back and stuff. Like that's, I don't know,
Yeah.
that's I've started doing that a couple times a week because
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, like it's like I always had some lower back pain, and I think it just is like super strengthened my lower back muscles compared to what they were before. It's pretty great.
You like I always ask Rachel, are you in pain or are you sore? I don't know. You know, like you know when we work out our arms real bad and like we're like, oh, they're so sore. That's sore, and pain, like I can't deal with this. You know, there's a big difference. Like sore, you can still do stuff. Pain, you're like, oh, I can't do this. And she's like I explain that to her every single time, and she goes, oh, I'm just sore. And I'm like, all right, then we can do this. You know?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I think there's some muscles like I feel like if your chest hurts, if your arms hurt, if like your thighs hurt, you're like, oh, well, that's a good feeling.
Yeah.
But then like, you know, anytime like if my stomach hurts after exercising, or like I have this little bit of nagging pain like in my groin, and you're always like, oh, I have hernia. Like, oh, that's something bad. It's got to be something bad. It's probably not. It's probably just sore. Yeah.
Your core. You got to keep your core tight.
Yeah, but I just always think like, oh, it's got to be something bad. Oh yeah.
I did these. Oh, we have to go. I have to show you these new like my ass is killing me. My ass cheeks, not my actual ass.
Yeah.
But it's these squat rows.
Save it for the webcam.
Yeah, these squat rows.
Yeah.
Where you grab the pulleys that squats all the way down.
Yeah.
You know the cable rows.
Yeah.
So you get that, you have them, and then as you squat they go in. But as you squat, stand back up, you row it back.
Okay.
And you do like 10 of those, and that like, I don't think I've broken a sweat like that in like a long time.
I always break a pretty good sweat doing any cable stuff because because it's essentially like a long superset because you can do, you can do like face pulls, and then you can do like overhead stuff, and then you can do across your body, and like you can do it all one after the other, and you never really have to stop. So I'm usually pretty sweaty after like 15 minutes of that.
Yeah, I don't like doing it across the body, but I do like core, like axe chops, where you do like the same thing. So you do axe chops up, but you just hold it, but you don't use your arms, and like you axe chop, you just use your core.
Yeah.
Or like you do the down axe chops, or you just do you like come across, like you do all three of those for each side. So it's like basically you're doing like 6 exercises. In like 10 minutes, and like you're super sweaty, your core hurts, and then you're like, all right, I'm going home.
Yeah.
But then you're like, oh shit, I got 9 more exercises.
Yeah. Dude, I mean, when I was like, I guess like maybe a year ago at the gym when I still was pretty directionless, I mean, I'd be there forever and do all these different exercises. Now, I mean, there are some days I probably do 3 or 4 exercises. Yeah. I'm there for like 45 minutes and that's it. I don't know, but I feel like I'm definitely a lot stronger than I was doing that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, did I ever tell you the reason why I started going to the gym? Not even the broken leg.
Yeah.
So I started going to the gym because I went whitewater rafting at Jim Thorpe.
Yeah.
You know, the made-up town.
Yeah.
And I went there and I jumped out of the raft.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't get back in the raft.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh no. Like I was like kind of like playing around at the gym or whatever.
Yeah.
And I went, oh God, I can't get out. Like I broke my leg.
Yeah.
So the first thing I did was I had signed up for the gym. First time ever I'd signed up for the gym and I broke my leg.
Yeah.
Like right after that. So I just did I went to the gym with like a broken leg and I did like arm stuff.
Yeah.
And then,
which is essentially what we all do anyway.
Yeah. Well, I went and I got like my bench press up to like 235.
Yeah.
Which I can't possibly do now.
Yeah.
I do like 185, like a couple reps. But anyway, so then like after that healed, or like while I was broken my leg, I couldn't get myself up out of bed without like using my one leg. I couldn't get myself out of bed. I was like, oh no, I'm never letting this happen again.
Yeah.
But after like a couple weeks, like a couple days or a week or two or whatever, like I just got out of like I was super sore. Like my core was super sore. Like you just learn how to do it. Like I'm super sore. And then like maybe a year later, I jumped out of a raft and I couldn't get my fat ass back into a raft. Yeah. And I was like, oh, I don't have the strength to get into a raft, which is like a foot and a half off the water.
Yeah.
And now, like, if I jumped out of a raft, like, I would jump right back into the raft. Like, I can get up, no problem at all.
Mm-hmm.
So that's, like, the reason why, like, I started going to the gym.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Where I was going to the story before, though, was, so I talked about things that were markers of, like, chest weakness. And one of them was, which I think I definitely do, is when you do a bench press that you use your shoulders too much.
Yeah.
So like when you do the bench press, like your shoulders should stay back and you should just push forward. But if your shoulders drift forward, then you're using your shoulders to like push part of the weight. I definitely do that. So I just watched it, honestly. So I'm pretty excited to go to the gym tonight and try to like consciously keep my shoulders back and push. But when he was talking about it, like another thing he was talking about was comparing like an overhead, like whatever that's called, like the overhead thing versus like a bench press, and he was saying like, oh, if your overhead press is like approaching your body weight, and your bench press isn't yet 1.5 times your body weight, like that's a sign of chest weakness because you're using your shoulders more. And then I was like, wait a second, that means I'd have to like, so by his definition then, if that's like the definition of being strong, that means that I would have to bench press like 3 plates basically, which I mean I'm sure I can't do.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So I do, for both dumbbell and straight bar bench press, I do 2 different ones.
Yeah.
So the first one's like straight out, where you go straight up over your breast.
Yeah.
Then the other one's like you come down like a V.
Yeah.
And then you come down so you're past your breastplate, like you're right at the bottom of your ribs, and you go up, I guess, over your shoulders.
Yeah.
And then you just the other one where you just go like it's your big like the big. So I do both positions when I do either one. So I'll do one set and then the other set of the other, one set and then the other set of the other.
Okay.
So it's like I get both. So it's like more of a shoulder and chest workout, and then more of like a straight up arm workout.
Yeah. Well, the thing I didn't realize was how much the incline mattered. So like essentially the more inclined you are, the more you're working like the top part of your chest and your shoulders a little bit. Then as you go back, you're working more like your whole chest basically.
Right.
And then like dips work like the lower part of your chest more.
Do you do dips?
No.
Oh, you gotta get on
Yeah, I guess I do
dips.
dips. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a push.
Yeah.
Where your pull-ups are a pull.
Yeah. But
Or a burpee.
yeah, I just started doing dips. But yeah, I was doing everything at like a slight to medium incline. And I was basically just doing that for the most part. And like, as you can see, a huge difference. Because like, if I go incline like up to like, so I usually when I'm doing overhead press, I incline to like 6 on the bench. And that's my overhead. And then now I start going down one at a time. But like 4 or 5, I can do basically as much as like my overhead, which is like 45. And then when I get down to like 2 and 3 on the incline, that's when I can do like heavy weight. And then when I go flat, I can't. I don't think I've ever done 75 flat.
Really?
So it definitely is my shoulders like contributing part of it, but I guess it's my shoulders and upper chest is like that's what I just worked out the most, like inadvertently, and so the bottom part of my chest is just shit. Yeah. You can squish it there, but
you can't on me.
Yeah. So.
The guy right under my ribs, I had these like 2 big old bumps, and the guy at work, he goes, "What's that?" I go, "That's muscle." He goes, "No, you're fat as shit." I go, "It's muscle, but I have 2 inches of fat over it. Leave me alone."
But no, and thinking about it, I definitely had times where I've like bench pressed, and my like anterior delts are loaves of bread. It's I feel like freakishly large. I don't know. So yeah, I'm definitely using my shoulders too much. So I'm pretty anxious to like implement that tip and see how things are different.
Well, we're not done yet, but I hope you enjoyed tonight's whole week Casa with our medical degree. But we're very sad tonight because the Eagles are. I'm not sad that the Eagles are out of the playoffs, but I am sad for
Besides Nick Foles.
Yeah, Nick Foles, he's done. He's
Mm.
done with the Eagles probably.
Yeah.
And the way the game ended was like just not great because he went to his number one guy and he missed it. He missed catching the ball. So we just want to, I just want to say, thanks to the Eagles for a great season.
Yeah.
Well, great last 6 games,
Yeah.
which is crazy because Nick Foles wasn't accurate at all yesterday, but then they put up his numbers from his last 14 games or whatever, and they were amazing.
Yeah.
But he's not accurate.
It doesn't matter. He just wins.
Yeah.
I mean, even last night. I mean, it was the same as the game before. He didn't do anything the whole game. It didn't seem like.
All right.
But then he got the ball back, down by 6 points, and he had one drive to win the game. And he drove them downfield to the 20, and he threw a pass to his main guy, and the guy dropped it, and it went for an interception. And I mean, it's almost sort of like, I guess it's pretty appropriate how it ended. Because, I mean, he basically, we died doing what we did,
Right.
I mean, that's how we play football the last 2 years, at least when in the end of the season when we won a lot. And, it just, and I mean, I think it speaks too. I mean, you can see how thin the margin of error is, and yet Nick Foles has managed to stay on the good side of it for like 10 straight games now.
Right.
Which is almost impossible.
He's 9-1.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
So, but and then Alshon Jeffries was devastated. They had a great shot of like Nick Foles just like with his arm around him, just talking to him.
Yeah.
And then it was a shame because even with that, I mean, the much less likely at this point, but I mean, they should have got the ball back with like 30 seconds left and had like a last-ditch effort, and just they
couldn't stop
somehow
that.
ran the ball right up the middle. I
Yeah.
lost my mind at that.
Yeah, it was crazy.
But it was pretty cool. I was watching it work, and which is kind of fun because like you're with your patients all day, and then like all they're all waiting for the game, and the game starts. I was joking with everyone like, I'm going to check on you before the game starts, and I'll see you at halftime.
Yeah.
But you're sort of like, so we had like somebody's phone out like in the middle of the hallway like where we were watching it, but then you'd like be walking down the hallway and like a play would be about to happen, so you'd like just pop into some random person's room and be like, oh, did you see that? That's crazy. So you're like just talking to all these random people like the whole day. So that's kind of fun. Even though you're like at work and like and they're there sick, so like it kind of sucks for everyone.
Yeah.
But still, like it's kind of fun in a way. I had one dude that was like this, like basically bedbound, and his wife had said about he had like an Eagles hat and shirt on, and I said we put him on before the game, and then it was like the third quarter. I was leaving work. And I remember like, oh man, that guy never put his hat on and stuff. So I put my stuff down, ran back to him. I ran back in his room. I was like, oh man, you got to put your hat and shirt. We forgot about it. And then he's like, and he's like, oh yeah, they're in the corner. So like I handed him his hat, and that's when it was like a deep Drew Brees pass, and I forget who it was, like batted the ball down. So we're like, oh, so he put the hat on, as he put the hat on. So we're like, oh man, the hat definitely works. Just keep the hat on.
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh, what about the shirt? And I was like, I don't know, the hat's working. I don't know about the shirt. So like I pick up his shirt, and that's when Brees throws that deep bomb touchdown. And I was like, oh no, and I put the shirt back down, and then there was a flag, and it was called back.
Yeah.
So like the last thing before I left, I basically told the guys, look, I'm putting the shirt in the corner where you can't get it. You're not putting the shirt on.
Yeah. Yeah. So, cool. That's it for this week's Holy Costa. So, tune in next week.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Oh, bonus